Hi, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher, and welcome to another edition of On the Job, the show where we talk to Phoenix employees about the work they do every day. Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport is the gateway to Phoenix and Arizona. And then there's an entire department of people who run this airport and 3 others. And I'm joined today by the Aviation Director Danny Murphy. Danny,
Hey.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Ed.
And first, let's start by talking a little bit about the day-to-day operations of an airport system.
Oh, thank you, Ed, and thanks for coming out. Sky Harbor is a really exciting place, as you know, and it's really like a city within a city. There are actually 43,000 people that work on airport property, and it's the largest economic engine in the state of Arizona, almost $29 billion a year. And so it's a really exciting place, and as you just said, it's the front door to Arizona and the metropolitan area. So
Now you say there's 40-some thousand people who work
Right.
here, but how many of those are city employees and what kind of work do they do?
yeah, so out of the 40-ish thousand people that work on airport property, about 900-ish are City of Phoenix employees, and so you can tell from that that we have a lot of business partners out here. It takes a whole village to run the airport. So those 900-ish City of Phoenix aviation employees do everything from making sure that people move around the terminals in an orderly and friendly fashion, making sure the curbs are clear, that the airfield is safe and ready for planes to land and take off, people in public relations, business office, almost everything you can imagine, we have a little bit of it here.
Now there's, Sky Harbor is sort of the glamorous poster child of the airport, the aviation department, but it's a system. Tell us a little bit about the other parts of the system that you run.
So equally, we're just as proud of 2 other airports the City of Phoenix owns. In addition to Sky Harbor, we own Phoenix Deer Valley, which is the largest, busiest general aviation airport in the United States, actually,
wow,
in case you didn't know that. And then, of course, we own Phoenix Goodyear, which is actually in the city of Goodyear, but the City of Phoenix owns that as well. And then we are a partner in the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport as well. We are an investor, and we work with them to help them as well.
Great. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you today is because I know that you're coming to a change in your professional status. You're going to retire, and you've actually been with the city for 30 years and did not come up through the airport system. Tell us a little bit about your career track through the city.
Yeah, I've been here over 30 years, actually over 31 years, and I have a big smile, so I'm looking forward to retirement. But I started as a middle manager in the city clerk department, actually, back in 1983, when they were first putting computers on desktops, and the city was a little behind the curve, so they did a national recruitment for an office systems administrator, and I moved here in that position. And did that for a while, and then progressed up. The City of Phoenix is a great organization, provides great opportunities for people who work hard and learn, grow, improve, and change. And so from there, I went to the Information Technology Department, became the Chief Information Officer. Then from there was the Water Services Director for a few years at a time when there was a little issue. And have served as a deputy city manager acting, and then became the aviation director about 8 years ago. That's
great. Now, you probably didn't plan this as a career path when you started as a what did you call it?
Office systems
administrator with the Wang computers.
That's right.
When you started with that, I'm sure you never saw that at the end you'd be an aviation director. How do you trace that path? What sorts of things do you think helped you as you moved through that path?
Well, let me tell you, Ed, to be quite honest, I didn't think I'd be here but about 3 or 4 years, actually, and I know you've heard that before, but actually when I came here back in 1983, I thought I'd stay with the city for maybe 3 or 4 years, and actually just to get that additional experience and do a little public service, and so I never imagined that I'd be here 31 years later. So how I got here from there is simply, again, the City of Phoenix is a great organization, provides great opportunity for people who really work hard, who have a passion to serve the public like you do, and like almost all of our 12 or 13,000 employees are so committed to public service and making sure the community is better. So just the ability to have those, that variety of options, city management kept giving me challenges or opportunities, and so like any number of employees, I just thrived once I got here, and it's a great place to work. So.
Yeah. Now, 31 years, you've seen a lot of things change. Maybe some things haven't changed. As you reflect back on 31 years, what's been some of the biggest changes you've seen, or things that haven't maybe changed as much as you might have expected?
31 years is a long time, so obviously a lot of things have changed. I think the biggest change that I've noticed is that people are more connected to local government, and so it seems to me over those years that the community reaches out to us more, and we reach out to the community more. It seems to be a more open and transparent relationship, and I've just continued to see over those years city employees in general, and hopefully I've had some role in that, city employees who just really give all they have to make sure that our citizens and customers have the great service that they should have from a great city like Phoenix.
And you mentioned employees. My guess is that one of the constants has been the importance of city employees in that equation. Is that, part of your experience? You and I have talked about that before.
Absolutely. I mean, this is all about the employees. So, and for me, I've had great opportunities to fulfill a number of roles, but none of those would have been successful without the employees. And here at the airport, let me just speak specifically, these past 8 years, the aviation department employees are the most committed, who with great passion provide great customer service. We're America's friendliest airport, and that's not just a trademark, that is a cultural phenomena here at the airport, and everyone embraces providing great customer service. So this really, just like you certainly know, the whole city, this is about employees who do the work every day, and I provide some direction, you provide leadership, but it's the people that do the work every day that make us all successful.
Well, Danny, I want to thank you for the work you've done every day, day and day and day for 31 plus years in the city. Great service. I appreciate you serving as an acting assistant city manager and stepping into whatever you've been called to do. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ed, and I appreciate it. And your leadership is awesome as well. Again, just from the city, they're very lucky to have you in this role. And if I were younger, I'd stay longer. You're doing an amazing job, and I know all the city employees appreciate everything that you're doing as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Danny. I want to again thank Danny Murphy and all our employees who are retiring for their service to the city of Phoenix. If you'd like to learn more about America's friendliest airport and the work of the Aviation Department, go to the website on your screen. For On the Job, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher.